Hey, it's the same bass that was 4 months ago, but this time it's repainted, electronics have been redone, and tuning have been changed. Let's start from the refinish. It was painted into a pure white. I removed the pickguard and holes for the pickguard. So now I have clear area that I can use for the ad. For example, I play in a band, we have a gig, and I can write down you're listening to the band and the band's name. No, it's just for the idea. I don't know if I actually gonna do this, but I think it's a great idea, and overall it looks very nice as it looks like now. Just simplicity, no pickguards, and one pickup. One negative thing about this, the guy who painted says that this wood is very soft, and no matter how many lacquer you're gonna put on here, every beat up is going to be visible. I can tell you already myself that I feel that it's really soft wood. But on the other hand, it's very light. This base is even lighter than my precision base. Can you imagine? I tried to make this base as lighter as possible, but this one came even lighter. Well, of course we have a neck dive a bit, and in the future I want to change for the light tuners, but right now it is as it is. Oh, and look at the color. This is the Olympic white and this is the pure white. You see the difference? The pure white is more white. Of course it depends on the lacquer and stuff, but well, I like the white more than this like a milk. This is the white color and this is kind of like a milk. Now let's talk about the electronics. The pickup here is a ceramic Seymour Duncan pickup. It's passive. I wanted a ceramic pickup to get more modern, more punchy sound. The active preamp that was here, I moved it completely off. That means that this bass is completely passive and no need for battery. The only thing that was left from the old electronics is this spot that just does nothing. It's just here for the view. Now you may be wondering why there's no pods. There's no pods because these two potentiometers, they're different because of this one. So I need to change them and then I can put the knobs back. I don't foresee that I'm going to get into this problem, but that's just question of time. I just going to change the spots and then the knobs are going to be back like it was earlier. So this pot doesn't work. These two pots, this is the volume 250k and this is the tone 250k passive from the Mexican Precision. Yeah, so I have the volume passive and I have the passive tone. Now these two switches, this is interesting. This switch coil selector between this pickup. So when I have this up, these two coils works in series. When it's in the middle, only the front coil works, and when it's like down, two coils works in parallel. So it works like other Stingrays. And this one, it works as a blower switch. That means when it's up, these two pots are working and I can get the tone down, I can get the volume down. When it's down, these two pots don't work. It makes happen, or I want to use tone and volume, or I just want to go straight to the jack. But the selector switch always works, and believe me or not, the difference is significant. Even if I put the tone and the volume all the way up, I lose a little bit of high end, because when I cancel these two pots, I got more bright sound, more sizzle. But usually I play with these two pots and also the tone is a little bit down. I like less sizzle because the pickup itself already is near the bridge. Well, if I would leave active electronics, then I could boost bass, but as it's passive, yeah, a little less sizzle and a little less tone. And the favorite pickup configuration is the single coil. Two coils in parallel, it's okay. Two coils in the series, it's okay, but the single coil acts almost like a precision bass, or it's the exact same place. Where would you have a bridge pickup in the Rickenbacker? So the front single coil is the best sound that I get with these two pots and a little tone off. Yeah, it's my favorite sound, and also I like this setup because I have no batteries, I have no active circuit, and I can put in the jack and keep it for like weeks and weeks, and I have no worries about the battery. Well, also because I'm the effects guy and I use a lot of pedals, that's why I made this all passive. Yeah, and I'm waiting when a guy and I get to change these two pots for the like this style one and put knobs on here. Also the pickup is a little too low for me. I need to change the screws because these original screws from Seymour Duncan, they're like too short. This is the old screw from pickup, and the old pickup, the original that came with the Sterling, just where I wanted it. And the last one. And the last one is tuning. Guys, this is the 5-string bass tuning but without the G string. So it's B, E, A, D. So I get very lightweight bass with the B string that sounds actually good. It's just very light. It's even lighter than my precision bass. So I love this bass very much. Very simplistic. It have passive electronics. It plays very good. So let me demonstrate some of the sounds. The first thing, let's listen how the blower switch works. The pickup is into the 2 coil in a parallel position without volume and tone. I'm going to play a phrase and then I'm going to activate the volume and tone, and you will hear that the tone became a little darker. That means that without volume and tone we have a bright tone, and then but even if the tone and volume is up, you get a little darker tone. That means that electronics are cutting some highs away from the pickup. Let's listen. Now let's try the same thing, but just the tone is all the way off. Yeah, this tone works a little strange. It got the honky sound, I don't know why. Yeah, and if you're gonna put the volume down, you're gonna get a kill switch. Here you have the sound. You don't have sound. Now let's listen for the different coils. I'm going to not use volume and tone. I'm going to use just the pickup straight to the jack. Now let's start with the parallel. Now see, it's the single coil. And now it's the humbucker. Well, in depth I made other video, you can watch that one. I just gonna say my opinion that I like the single coil more because it's like more bitey. Because when you have this coil activated, you're gonna get a lot more honk, which, well, it's okay. It's Stingray, yeah, like a parallel or series. It's Stingray, but maybe I'm just a P-bass guy and I like the only single coil, and it just got its clarity and this cut. Sometimes I feel I'm lost in the mix, but just the single coil. Maybe a little darken it up with the volume and tone, maybe tone a little off a little, and this all works for me. So this is very lightweight bass. It sounds like a 5-string and I'm really happy about it. Yeah, I tuned it to the 5-string because I cannot find the 5-string that is lightweight, because this one, Coil vintage modified 5-string, it's extremely heavy. I know Ibanez SRs are lightweight, but they just look like beginner bass or just simple. Like, I wanted the bass that looked more classic. The P bass and the J bass heavy. Also this Stingray's 5-string, they look different. It was all not for me. except this one. Super nice. And now I'm going to let some clips. I'm sorry, these clips are going to be very short because of the copyright music, so each clip is going to be like 5 seconds to not get the copyrighted, but you just hear how it sounds in the mix. Yeah, and the next video I guess is going to be when I'm going to have the pots, when I'm going to put up the pickup higher and change the tuners to the more light ones. Then I'm going to make another video, and as this wood is very soft, I wish there's going to be no punching on this wood. Well, it's not that soft, but yeah, I feel like it's kind of soft. So okay, so this is my curling by something like Ray 4. I don't know, I just call it Stingray, not all. Oh, I just forgot playability. I cannot make the strings low enough. I can play it and the strings are feel a little floppy, but I cannot get them as low as my Fender. I don't know why, it just zings. Maybe it's because of pickup also. This pickup near the bridge, maybe it's got more zing to it and I hate it, so I put strings a little higher. I don't know how much it's higher, but it's not as good as the Fender. But still, at this point I like this bass more than my Fender because it's more lightweight. It has that low B sound. Overall it's still very light and it's very beautiful. So yeah, so let's just roll the clips. Yeah, these clips were from my live stream. Now I'm editing this video and I'm sorry that I didn't mention two things. First of all, because of tuning, I lost ability to play these 1 1/3 chords. Just hear how it sounds on a regular 4 string. On the thicker strings, it doesn't sound that good. Also, I lost ability to slap because these thicker strings, they just don't sound that good, like on a regular 4 string bass. Also, if you use a capo, you can make a lot of tunings out of this. Let's start from the standard tuning. It almost sounds like I'm using flats. Or I can make the D tuning. Or if I want the C tuning. So yeah, using the capo you can get a lot of interesting things. But again, if you want to slap, it just doesn't sound that good, especially with the floppy strings. This bass is more for the fundamental, keeping the root notes. So if I'm at the gig where I have to just hold the root notes, especially the modern music, this bass it just rules it. I like it very much. It's very lightweight. And yeah, thanks for watching this video and bye.